And man, if there's ever a generation that has lost the ability to truly love, it's this one right here.
I want to be a dance that we won't forget. I got so much dirt under my fingers, and I got cutting nerves that always linger. Oh, it takes so much strength, but darling, can we slip away? Started having fun, stop making sounds. No freaks like us that won't ever get to have a second chance. We didn't have to run, we stopped feeling tense. No freaks like us are dying now for a second chance. All the respect that I feel I deserve, it's just ego talk. And when I expect anything at all, I know I gotta walk. I cut all my teeth for total strangers, keep searching for release, keep searching for bangers, play rock and roll song to heal the heart of a broken man. Started having fun, stop making sense. 'Cause freaks like us don't ever get to have a second chance. We didn't have to run, stop feeling tense. No freaks like us are dying now for a second chance.
And man, if there's ever a generation that has lost the ability to truly love, it's this one right here.
I wanna swim through the water so deep. Oh God, I need to sweat. And when we dance, I want to be a dance that we won't forget. I got so much dirt under my fingers, and I got cutting nerves that always linger. Oh, it takes so much strength, but darling, can we slip away? Started having fun, stop making sense. No freaks like us that won't ever get to have a second chance. We didn't have to run,
city has gotten too crowded, and now there's only one way out. Follow the highway north, on past Barry, all the way to Sudbury, but stay on the lighted path. Never go beyond the kine and their settlements, because out there, well, that's lupine territory, and they don't like us much. But whatever's in Sudbury, whatever's there, has pushed them out. And now, it's our turn. Not all darknesses are the same, and not all things frighten all people. You never know what's behind closed doors, or what secrets you may find. And who knows, if we're very lucky, the clouds may part and we'll see the stars. Coming this Saturday at 1 p.m. to Archives of the Dragon.
Hi, you are watching Archives of the Dragon, and tonight we will be telling a Vampire the Masquerade story called Sudbury by Night. I am your storyteller, Corey Ross, aka Unconscious Celestial, and these are our players.
Hello, I am Ivy Raven. I will be playing Emma Thornhill, the Tremere.
Hi, I'm Coyote Lewis. I'll be playing Hannah Sauer, Clan Gangrel.
Hello, I am Mickey Bear. I will be playing Lexi, the Toreador.
Hi, I'm Spectre Alafet, and I will be playing Eeyore, the Plaintiff.
Hi, I am Rain, aka Rotia. I will be playing Thea, the Bruja.
And hello, I am Ladevni, aka Wanhee. I will be guesting as Lillian, and I am playing Toreador.
Alright, so our story begins shortly where we had left off from session 0. With the Sabbath neonates and Masquerade Breach dealt with, you all decide to head back. The Gangrel Heart left your group, deciding he probably wouldn't benefit from whatever Baron Donovan had to offer currently, and that you may or may not cross paths with him someday in the future. With a curt nod, he was gone. Now, did you bring Charlie back with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
She's an asset of sorts,
Just
or a
also-
gift at worst.
Exactly. Also, Charlie was not the dumbass.
We handled the dumbass.
Exactly.
Yes. Now, you find yourself waiting outside the door of Baron Donovan's office. It's one of those kind of doors that are a stereotypical principal door or a private investigator might have. The words on the window read Fang, Feather, and Claw Rescue. As you are waiting, what do you talk about?
So, I don't know about all you guys, but I am really, really, really glad that this is not where I live, because they have a Sabbat problem that is thankfully not my problem.
I mean, who doesn't love shovel heads just popping out of the ground in an apartment complex. It's wonderful.
No, I don't think I'm worried so much about the shovelheads as the people who apparently think they want to be shovelheads. That is a new one, even for me.
That's right. That's right. That guy was a dumbass. Like, hey, hit me over the head and turn me into a vampire. Like, what the fuck?
She turns to Charlie. She goes, "Your boyfriend was dumb. Do better next time, assuming you survive tonight."
Charlie just can't make heads or tails of what's going on. Just quiet, still as a stone, trying to figure it all out still. Probably in shock.
You know what's actually more alarming than the shovelhead is the fact that it is an incompetent Sabbat. It didn't even manage to create one shovelhead, never mind the two it attempted.
I mean, really, just shouldn't be that hard to accomplish, but hey, maybe actually that isn't as bad of a problem if the shovelhead, or the person creating them, is just incapable of actually creating them.
You're right. The Sabbat problem might fix itself in this domain. They might all just wander out into the sun by accident and be like, I forgot I was a vampire, and just poof. I mean, to fail at the most basic task of your sex identity, and you, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Hey, maybe they all wonder if they sparkle.
So as you're chatting, eventually the kindred you know as Tandri opens the door. Tandri has long yellow braids and intense, piercing green eyes. Today she's wearing a black shirt with skeleton hands and dark black jeans. She was wearing her black vest earlier, but now it is nowhere to be seen. Hey, thanks for waiting, freakies. Come on in. She heads over to her beanbag corner and flops down. Your attention is immediately brought to Baron Donovan and two other kindred. They stand as you enter, and Donovan gestures to the tastefully mismatched armchairs in front of his desk. Dea, you recognize the kindred standing behind Donovan as Lilith, one of the other members of the Baron's coterie. Lilith, if you could describe your character.
Lilith is about 5 foot tall. She's 5'3". She has red hair that's straight. She's wearing a black blazer and about probably to the top of her knee length, like mini dress, and ripped tights under the dress, and like black combat boots.
And the other kindred is waiting in front of the desk. Lexi, if you could describe your character.
Lexi is tall, thin, lithe. He moves with a dancer's grace, and he wears impeccably tailored clothing, Italian boots, dark slacks, a very nice shirt with a vest over it, and an ascot. He turns as the group walks in and says, So, rabble-rousers, what kind of rabble have you roused tonight?
Oh look, someone found another toreador. Or a ventru. Depends on the tailor.
What I am, dear, defies definition.
Oh, I very much doubt that.
He's got too much cologne on to be a ventru.
Oh, that's true. I'm not as attuned to that.
It's all over him. Smells like he bathed in it.
So we found what my friend in my car described as a sparkly vampire, or at least wanted to be a sparkly vampire. There were shovels involved.
Baron Donovan looks over and just... Sparkly vampire? What?
Hannah just kind of places a hand on Charlie's back and just kind of like shoves her forward a little bit.
In fairness to the little one, she had no desire to be a sparkly vampire, but her boyfriend fucking did, and he's a dumbass.
Well, where is the boyfriend then?
He won't be joining us.
Pourquoi, la petite?
He was nice enough to dig his own grave that he is now rotting in. So that's why he will not be joining us here tonight.
In fairness, you don't ask the Sabbat for anything. But he was intelligent enough to ask the Sabbat to be turned into a vampire. They obliged, poorly.
They couldn't even manage to correctly turn a Sabbat member. If that gives you an idea.
Well, to be fair, there are generally two types of Sabbat. The actual Sabbat and then the misbegotten misfits, so colloquially referred to as the shovelhead.
Baron Donovan just sighs and looks over at Lexi. You see what I've been dealing with?
Darling, we need to talk about your furniture before we start talking about them.
It's not them. I'm talking about Sabbath. It figures. It's getting too damn crowded here, and honestly, I'm sick of fighting just to get anywhere or survive around here. I hardly have any kindred in my domain under Anarch anymore. Kindred are migrating from the States, and there are too many rivalries here between Camarilla, Sabbath, and even other Anarchs. Now, and he kind of gestures to Taya and Lexi. I've heard up in Sudbury that Kine are expanding, which is pushing Lupine away. I fully believe that it would be a good place for my coterie and members under my domain to migrate, start over, if you will. This news, however, is not very common, and I'm sure it won't be long until other kindred get the same idea. And then he looks.
Just to be clear, Baron, you want to trailblaze into Lupine territory?
No. So I've also heard rumor that the highway from here up to Sudbury, because it has also been populated by more Kine, we haven't heard tale of Lupine at all along the highway.
Last time I was up that way, I didn't notice anyone. Or at least lupines.
Yeah, I've been. Emma is going to walk over and plop down on one of the mismatched chairs. So yeah, I don't know. I've been out in Sudbury for a little bit of time now, and I know there was some lupine, and I just avoided them like the blood plague. And then something happened, and I haven't heard about them. I haven't seen any signs of them necessarily lately, so I'm not going to say they're gone. But either they've gone to ground or they're licking their. So I'm trying to say they're licking their wounds or something. I don't know, but.
Baron, the Sabbat are encroaching on your domain. You've got Camarilla veritably surrounding you in the city, and you know how I feel about those people. If you wish to move, pull the fucking trigger, or don't.
Well, that's probably why you were invited here today, Lexi. Now,
Well, of course, you couldn't get anywhere without me.
Emma, Noor, Hannah, I know you have your own thing going on as individuals, and I know that you owe no camaraderie to me. Now, I appreciate you helping me today, and so before I continue on, what do you require of me for your assistance this evening?
Thea, do you have anything to say?
I agree that Camarilla and Sabbat are getting pretty bad in this city. If the Lupines are retreating, or at least not in around Sudbury anymore, It does seem quite tempting to move up there.
Don't look at me. I'd much rather the lupine than any of our society.
Here's a tip. I haven't worn cologne in decades. And yet, Hannah apparently can smell it on me. A lupine's nose is much sharper.
That is of no consequence to me. Mostly, I want to be left alone.
Oh, really? When they come to find you in your haven and during the day?
And vampires are the same. Oh,
Baron Donovan interrupts the conversation, and we do not know for sure if Lupine are still there, which is why I was about to ask for Taya and you, Lexi, if you would be able to go up north and do some scouting.
Of course you want me to go find you stuff. And you said your name is Thea?
Yes.
Or Taya?
Thea.
Thea. And who else do you wish to send me with, my illustrious Baron?
I was about to ask if Noor and Emma and Hannah have any interest in aiding you.
I'm heading back up that way anyways, so I can tag along.
That's kind of my feeling too. I mean, helping the person who's going to run the area is always wise. Though I will hold off on requesting payment right now, because I'll think of something in the future. If that's okay with you, of course, Baron. I mean, if that's not, then I guess we'll have to come to some other sort of term, but...
I also have lodgings farther north, and I do have a requirement for my assistance. I don't claim Camarilla. I don't claim Sabat. I don't claim Anarch, and no one ever asks me to.
I wouldn't.
Good. Then we have an accord.
So, you want the five of us to go north into, and let's be generous here, Hicksville. And ascertain whether or not we can make a go of it there.
I think it would be rather fair to send one of your own coterie as a show of good faith.
Of my own coterie?
Yes.
She's already sending me. Who else do you want her to send?
There's Tandre, there's Lilith, there's Bert. Lilith, would you want to go up north?
I will gladly accept the offer to go there if I am needed.
Here's the question, Baron. What's it worth to you? This is a dangerous endeavor. There's wolves and bears and
Bears.
all sorts.
Ah.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I'm making a joke. Deal with it. There's wolves up there at the very least, and then you have, we need to get out of the city to begin with without getting waylaid by apparently shovelheads and whatever Camarilla has to isolate this town. What's it worth to
Fair
you?
enough. Well, first of all, we do have a safe haven provided already for those of you who may require of it. But for what it's worth to me, what would you desire? I am at my wit's end here.
Ladies, I have set the table for you. It is up to you whether or not you wish to eat.
Look, if all you want to do is scout out the territory, I don't really care. In fact, I don't really care if you're there or not.
I mean, like I said, I'm already living up there, so it's nice to pull in a favor in return for doing something I'm already doing. So,
And it's not so difficult a journey that we couldn't do it under cover of night, so it's not like we have to worry about daylight traveling. Look, even I know, though I have very little interest in this process, that a favor that isn't specified is more valuable than anything I could clearly lay out in this moment.
My darling, I'm giving you the opportunity to request a boon from a baron.
I need a boon from a baron who has a problem with a Sabbat who cannot correctly turn vampires into shovelheads. That is what you are suggesting that I need.
Emma twists in her chair and kind of looks at Nor like, Nor, now, come on, now, be nice to the Baron. He has been very generous. He is offering us first dibs at his
a place you are already
expansion.
Living?
Oh, no. Oh, okay, yes, but we currently are in that gray area of our society, as it were. I mean, we're getting domain for free within where we live. And I know you're saying, well, I already have domain, but if you're at least recognized, you can then start punishing people easier once the Baron has established his power there. Or am I reading this wrong? If you're going to strip us of our domains and stuff, I don't see why the hell I would take your offer to help you.
Oh, definitely not. I was actually fully expecting your Emma and Hannah to all just still do their own thing.
I'm fine taking a favor for now to go up and scout.
Wonderful.
It's not like I don't know the area anyways.
So let's call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minor boons. To be named later, Baron.
For the scouting. If the Baron wishes to claim domain there, I doubt it will go as easy as simply arriving.
Which is why you get payment up front, dear. So, do you agree to give us minor boons in exchange for this service, Baron?
Yes. Bert, in the corner, just kind of goes.
Is Bert visible?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Well, then it seems like we've made some decisions, and we should probably stop sitting here waiting for someone to say something more useful. So I'm going to go get in my car, and assuming that we still have enough time, I'm going home. And anyone else who needs a ride needs to sort that out.
I don't actually know if you would have time. So
no, we would arrange we will arrange ourselves and pack up and be ready to move. First thing, sunset tomorrow. We will meet here, and then we will sally forth.
Excellent. Then that's a plan. Baron, did you have anything further, or did you just want us to scout territory we already live in?
Well, if you had any information that you could provide. Currently...
Oh, this one. She didn't mean to get turned into a vampire. And technically, if the Camarilla find her, they're going to kill her. So,
Chandri gets up and says, "Come here, kid."
I would much prefer you didn't kill her.
Probably not. I haven't sired anybody before, so I don't mind taking on.
It might be a good place for her to end up in the bumfuck of nowhere in Vampiresville.
Fair enough.
You want to send the Sabat Shovelhead with us?
She's not unintelligent. I told you, it was a botched thing, and her boyfriend turned her, and her boyfriend is now not a problem.
And you wish to take responsibility for her?
Oh no, I have given her as a gift to the Baron. I'm simply stating my preferences.
I mean, we could just eat her.
You could. But then that would be a very interesting way to start a relationship.
By killing Sabats? I don't understand the problem, Baron. Is there a problem with killing Sabat?
She's not a Sabat.
She's just a baby.
Right.
She can learn.
Can she?
She has all of her faculties. And a set of lungs on her, too.
Also, she's quite annoyed at her boyfriend, so that'll stand you in good stead.
Charlie just kind of looks over and she's like, God, you're such a fucking idiot.
See?
I mean, she's not coming with us regardless, because I don't need to be schlepping around some fledgling through Lupine territory. So, Baron, if you wish to keep her, it's up to you. Just
Kendry has already claimed her, and
Oh, there
Kendry's
you
not
are.
leaving with you.
Well, there you are. Well, let's stop talking about it. Let's stop talking about it and start being about it.
This guy and his sayings. I picked a poor night to stop smoking.
Do you want a cigarette?
No, I'm good right now. Baron, just whatever. We apparently don't have time to leave tonight. We're stuck here, so yeah, about those accommodations, because
Yeah, I wasn't ready to be here another night. So
yeah. I mean, I traveled down for this, traveled light, so it's all good. I mean, you're being a gracious host at least. So like I said, if everyone else is cool, I don't need anything else of the Baron or his assembled crew.
Have you eaten tonight?
I'd rather not do that around here, so I think I'll be okay.
Oh, I can bring you someone to eat. I mean, I ask that you don't kill them. I ask that you don't kill them, please and thank you. But
so
a repast can be arranged.
You would object to that on my way out? No. I think I'll pass. Thank you.
Hannah. Nor.
Of course not.
Thea, would you like someone to eat?
Thank you for the offer, but I was able to eat before all this happened tonight.
Fantastic. Baron, if there's nothing else, I'm going to start collecting my things, finish up my shift, and then I'm going to head out.
Thank you.
I'll
Bert
see
kind
you
of,
all.
before
I'll
you
see
leave,
you.
Bert speaks up from the corner and goes, I'll contact all of you.
Will it be with more of those emoji things? Because I am not very clear on them, and Rafi keeps having to explain them to me, but he doesn't always explain them, and please don't send him any more eggplants at any point. He just laughs.
Bert kind of goes, "Pff, no, I'm good. That's fine. I won't.
Nor, if there's nothing more, will check out. She will not take accommodations from the Baron. She has something, and she will also check on the research she was looking into. That's why she's standing there. So she'll check in at the library, and then she will go to bed.
And Thea will make her way home and make preparations for leaving the city.
Hannah's gonna hang out wherever the Baron generously gives her a space to lay on the floor, whatever she needs.
Hey, we know there are
Hannah,
video games.
if you need somewhere to stay, Hannah, if you need somewhere to stay, just come with me. I've got rooms.
I mean, I'm fine with whatever the Baron's got.
It's up to you. I'm offering gratis.
I'm alright, Flower.
Yeah.
At this point, Lexi will turn and kind of lean and walk out.
The Baron. Baron Donovan provides an address for Emma and Hannah.
Okay.
Riding with me, Hannah, or you gonna hoof it?
I'll ride with you. It's easier that way.
That's all good. I
mean, I like walking, but...
Oh, well,
Nah.
I mean, if we're going to the same place and, you know, just figured I'd offer, so.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hop in Emma's pickup.
Yeah, I got a little Ford Ranger, a little dinky one, so.
I'll hop in the Ranger.
The Baron, after everyone leaves, turns to Lilith. And you're okay with going up north?
I don't really like the idea, but if this is something that's important to get us safely out of here, then I will willingly go.
I appreciated it. I appreciate it. Okay, and that ends the scene. Okay, so for second night, let's have a rouse check, please.
I'm good.
Gucci.
I'm good.
I passed.
Lexi is going to show up at the Baron's offices in a, Cadillac SUV. It is sort of a pearlescent purple.
Are you traveling? Are you bringing any ghouls with you? Anything with you?
Quite lovely. No, I am actually traveling very, very light, oddly enough.
Lilith, are you bringing anybody with you?
No.
Rafi is driving my small car, but I am sitting in the passenger seat, not in the back.
So,
I was just gonna say Emma and Hannah will arrive in her little Ford Ranger and just roll up. Sun is down. It's time to roll.
Do Thea and Lilith have a vehicle?
I don't.
Just so I know, is that something we'd have to spend points on, or just a decision to be made?
If you have the resources, you can just have one.
Lilith, the Baron would have provided you with a vehicle.
And if you need, you can ride with me.
If you'd prefer. You would know Lexi. Lexi is not unfamiliar to Lilith.
Yep.
Or to Thea.
I think Thea probably does have a vehicle, but nothing she would trust to get her to Sudbury. So she shows up at the Baron's office on foot.
Okay, so who is traveling with who?
I will travel with Lexi, I suppose.
I will continue traveling with Emma.
And Lilith, do you want to go with Lexi or do you want to take your own car?
For convenience sake, I'll just go with Lexi, so that way we don't have too many vehicles and we don't look too suspicious going there.
That's fucking smart.
Okay. Are we wanting to do a quick jump there, or is there going to be conversation on the way for those who are
Oh, I would love to have a conversation with Thea. So, as we drive on, and forgive me, I know nothing about Canada because, I'm American in real life, so, you can narrate what roads we are driving along, storyteller, but we're heading towards Sudbury from, however you pronounce the city we're in.
Mississauga?
That one.
Yep.
And I will look to Tia and I will say, so darling, tell me about yourself.
Well, there's not a whole lot to say, honestly. I pretty much been in this thing my whole life. All, 80 years of it. Kept my head down. Baron knows who I am, asks me to do jobs on occasion, but otherwise, just keep to myself.
So what you're saying is that we're not going to be kissing on the first date. Lovely. This is going to be a very long drive if you're going to be so tight-lipped, darling.
Well,
For reference, the drive is about 4 to 5 hours long.
well, what more do you want to know? I mean,
Well, you say you're from here. I am not, so regale me with tales of local cow tippings and the like. And you see, as he's driving, he is not driving in a straight line. He is swerving all over the road. Not like all over, but it's, yeah.
The hilarity of cow tippings in Mississauga. Wow.
Taya's not from Sudbury.
I don't know what you think Mississauga was like 80 years ago, but there's not a whole lot of cows in the area.
Forgive me, I am not used to such provincial climes. I suppose you could say I am a much more cosmopolitan correction. I'm a much more cosmopolitan stock. But, we find ourselves in these modern nights, and in these modern nights, we find ourselves with such fascinating yet strange bedfellows. And if we're going to be working together, I would prefer if you said that you, like to keep your head down and not make many waves, and I can very much appreciate that. I myself do my best to just go with the flow. So if you continue those trends, we will get along famously, my dear.
That's good. If the Baron does relocate, will you be moving up there as well?
Oh, the Baron and I have a very special understanding. He provides a service for me, I provide a service for him. Mutually beneficial, symbiotic, one might say. And so long as he holds up his end of the bargain, I will continue to hold up mine. So yes, as much as I am looking forward to the smell of a more agricultural environment, modern nights and strange bedfellows indeed.
Lilith would probably know that where you're traveling to is not that much farmland. So if Lilith wanted to input anything there, feel free. Okay.
It's too much fun watching the Toreador make a fool of itself.
I feel like Lilith would probably just sit there and let Lexi
Laugh.
continue just to talk and just she's silently laughing.
Okay. So if Emma and Hannah do not have a conversation, for those of you who are going to, is that great?
No, I was just going to say, I actually did have something I was going to say to Hannah while we're driving. Hannah, I don't know if you know, but there's some crazy people out there, and stay the fuck away from them.
Why do you think I usually live up here rather than in Toronto? Like,
oh no.
And now
no,
they're
no.
coming to us. Like,
No. I mean,
Sorry.
like, out in the sticks, there's some crazy people out there.
Trust me.
I've run into at least parts of a cult out here, and yeah, it's
Well, I
not
mean,
good.
I couldn't tell you the number of times that I've been out in the woods and got freaking BBs in my ass because someone shot at the coyote because they think it was funny. So yeah, I know there's some weirdos out there, but a cult?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a member. I've just kind of shown up to some of their various gatherings because I've interacted with one of their leaders, or maybe she is the leader. I'm not really sure. She. If you have knowledge, you can get it. You'd open a lot of doors, is what I'm trying to say. And so I've kind of interacted with one of these cults, and yeah, they're wild, absolutely wild. The problem is that they're kind of a death cult, so we have to be careful of that. So like raise the earth and like usher in the coming of nights kind of shit. I don't, they're treading in some very specific territory that is honestly kind of close to our territory. Our kind's territory, the kindred territory. So that's why I've been keeping an eye on them. But I'm just letting you know, there are some really, really crazy ones. There's a Nora. I'm just gonna tell you, if somebody introduces you to you as hi, my name is Nora. Punch that bitch in the face. Because
that I can do.
Yeah, I figured she's.
But also,
is-
like, most of the time, Kine ain't just coming up to me.
No.
I generally kind of freak them out. So
I
that might work, actually.
I totally understand where you're coming from. She's not too happy that I've been allowed to kind of like shadow some of the going-ons of their little religious group, and so yeah. So I'm just saying, if you punch a Nora in the face, you're doing me a solid. Though she's just don't go to jail for her. Like, don't do anything crazy on my behalf towards her. I'm just saying. So
I mean, I can easily punch someone and get out of prison.
okay, no,
But
you're missing the point. I'm just saying, don't get into prison in the first place, because I'm gonna feel bad if I said, hey, there's this chick named Nora and she's kind of a bitch, and you punch her in the face and you go to jail for like what is it?
battery?
Knocking her screws loose, or battery, I guess. I mean, assault. I don't know the law. I'm trying to avoid the law, and it'd be appreciated if yes. So I'm just letting you know, because I didn't tell everybody else, but there's some wackos out there, and
death cults. Noted.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Perfect. Also, if you just so you know, I'm not too good at the whole like punching thing. So if I need somebody for that, I'm coming to you.
Got your back.
Perfect. If you need somebody to dig through a library, unfortunately, that's probably my territory. So yeah, that doesn't sound super useful right now, but.
Well, I mean, if you're keeping track of a weird death cult because you're a smarty pants, then I think that's useful. I think it's a little bit more useful than me just like creeping up on people and watching them.
Oh, wait, are you the Sudbury lurker?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, most of the time, like, I don't look human when I'm sneaking about.
Okay. I was just checking, because I've heard some things, so I thought I would ask. So yeah. At least we squared that part away.
I mean, finding someone who's lurking around town might not be a bad idea. They probably know things they shouldn't.
Very true. We'll have to see. We'll have to look into it. Maybe. I mean, if people want to, I guess, since we're all like hanging out now, so.
So, as you two have your conversation, and Thea and Lilith and Lexi enjoy their conversation, for those of you who are going to the provided haven before you left,
I have one thing.
oh, sure, go ahead.
Since we all did something here, as we're driving up, because I am on my own, and this is what I wanted anyways, with my goal, I will turn to Rafi and be like, so I think we're going to need to start packing up again, but it is a bit unfortunate because we did find Sabat, and when you find Sabat, you find Zeniche, which I would like to find some more of. Most other vampires do not want to find any more of them, but I do. So, we will stay exactly as long as it takes me to find what I am looking for, and then we will get the fuck out, because why on earth would vampires want to go out into the middle of bumfuck nowhere in the first place? I mean, I know we're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, but that's because, well, anyways. Contact the person we contacted last time and let them know that I probably have a timeout of about 3 months before I have to move again. That's all I wanted to add.
So, for those of you who are going to the provided haven, you leave the bright lights of the city and drive on for a few hours. You pass by through small towns and fields until the well-lit skies of southern Ontario dim darker. The stars are much easier to see now. Sooner than later, time passes, and you pass by the city of Sudbury, and about 15 minutes out, you take a turn down a long, dark driveway. There's a large but modest house, and the lot is surrounded by trees. The whole area is dark, and there's an eerie calmness to the area. Then I will go back to Hannah and Emma, since I'm not sure where you guys are going.
I'm going to go to the communal location we were given the address of, since I am not taking Hannah back to my haven.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Lexi would drive to the Baron spot as well.
Noor would probably make a stop at her haven before turning up, so she'd probably be the last one there. But other than that, it's just to drop some stuff off.
Okay. So once everyone arrives, I would like a roll for wits and investigation to explore the area, please. Lilith, I'll roll for you.
Oh, if it's important, I got 5 with a messy crit.
Okay, good to know.
I have a bunch of 10s.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Okay.
It's okay. You've had your ear talked off by Lexi. You're done.
So, Lexi doesn't investigate then, just sits in the car and waits.
I mean, he'll get out and look at the house and then head towards the front door of the house. This is where the Baron said he was going to put everyone up, so he goes and knocks on the door.
Okay. Before Lexi does that, for everyone got it. So from what you can see, it's a basic gray brick house with a large garage and a couple sheds around the back. At the back of the house, there's a wooden porch with a hot tub and a cozy seating area under a gazebo. If you were to explore the sheds and garage, it's simple storage for tools and outdoor equipment and vehicles. Now, for those of you who got 5+ successes, the doors and windows are thick and have a UV film. There's definitely a basement, and this place has obviously been equipped with high-tech security system.
I'd like to sense the unseen.
Unseen? Okay.
I'd like to as well, just to be on the safe side.
Yep. Cost free. It's not as many successes. 2.
Are you doing the rolls, or are you wanting us to do the rolls for this?
No, you do the rolls.
Okay, just check.
Okay.
no interest in vampires or ghosts or anything else jumping out at me unexpectedly.
Okay. So the area is fairly quiet. Nothing unseen. Nobody answers the door, but you would have probably gotten a text on your way up there, Lexi, and Lilith as well, from Bert, that there's a little key lock on the door handle, and you've been given the code for the key.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Hello? Anyone home?
Kind of echoes a little bit.
Yeah, no, Lexi is still standing outside.
Nor will sidle up to Hannah and be like, this is a interestingly prepared for action building that doesn't seem to have anyone inside.
Yeah. It's a little weird, but I guess if he was prepared beforehand.
I just thought I'd mention.
Seems nicer than my place, but eh.
Yeah. Places come, they go, and they go. Trust me.
True. Were we supposed to meet? Like, the Baron's not meeting us here or anything, so I don't know. I may be splitting separate ways with all you guys for the night, or unless somebody here needs my services for anything.
We should probably start some sort of method of communication besides the Baron's Nosferatu texting us. Whatever these are. I swear I will get used to them. It's not like I don't understand the phone, it's just, this is not what I would assign meaning to these images.
At least they show up for you, and Nora or Hannah like flips open her phone and it's like an older flip phone, and you just see like the squares when there's emoji errors on older phones.
How can I get one of those? That seems much more simple.
I have held on to it by the skin of my teeth for years.
Yeah, I don't know if they make those anymore.
Sorry, Canadian humor. Well, we could always ask Doug Ford.
So, if there's nothing else, it's been a long drive. I am thirsty. I'm going to go gallivant. And
The village?
no, I would never.
You are gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Not downtown
No,
necessarily.
no, darling. I'm not going to stick out like a sore thumb. I'm going to stick out like an immaculately dressed one. And he will get back into his car and drive off.
So, for reference, the building that has been procured for you is in a smaller township called Isilda. You're not exactly in Isilda. The provided haven is like in between Isilda and Sudbury along the way. Lexi, your haven is in Sudbury? Okay. Do you want to describe your haven?
Oh, lovely little 2-story Victorian. It's, I would define it as comfortably luxurious. Excuse me, luxurious on the inside. It has wonderfully thick drapes that do their job to perfection. And oddly enough, it has a what's called a widow's walk around the second floor, sort of a balcony that wraps around the top of the second floor. And yeah, he goes in, he takes his bags. He only has about, 5 or 6. Packed light. And after moving his bags in, he sets about putting everything into wardrobes and whatnot, and making sure that everything is in its place and a place for everything. And once he's done with that, he will pull out his phone and Google nightlife in Sudbury.
Okay. We're going to come back to you with Thea, Lilith, Hannah, and Emma. Do you go inside?
I'm guessing someone left the key and didn't just open the door, unlock the door, and leave with the key.
You left the key, right, Lexi?
I mean, you can assume that level of competence, I'm sure.
Okay.
This is in D&D, we don't need to...
No, it's not about whether or not, because if you left it in the lock, Nora will pick it up.
Like I was saying, if anybody, I guess, okay, so let's see. Lexi ditched Taya and Lilith. Nor's got her own ride. Hannah rode with me. So if you guys are all fine heading down here for the night, or if you're running a ride into Sudbury proper, I'm willing to accommodate if Nor has other things to do. But I just have to go back into town so I can check on some things. So
I mostly was going to spend the night reading, but it tends to be what I tend to do.
Well, what time would it be? Like, how much of the night do we still have left?
if we woke
5
at 8,
hours.
So
It's like the middle of the night at this point.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad idea to head into town, do some cursory looking around.
I can stay here and do a once over of the house, make sure it's good, and then I can head home.
Lilith is just gonna, assuming she grabbed her stuff from Lexi's car, she's just gonna go ahead and go in, just so that there's at least one person there, just to, make sure the building is safe, since everyone else is.
So
I'll help you check out.
Yeah.
I would wander over to Emma at some point, and I go, did I hear correctly that you were more of the academic persuasion?
You could say that. What can I do for you?
It's okay. I am also somewhat of the academic persuasion. In probably somewhat similar ways, specific interests at least. I was in Mississauga for research purposes, and I'm a little annoyed at being dragged into all of this, but perhaps we could, or perhaps you might be interested in sharing information if you come across any. I am somewhat interested in the presence of the Sabbat in our last little encounter, though not because I cared about the Sabbat nor joining the Sabbat. I don't care about that, but I am interested in any Semiche sightings we've had currently, and their presence means that we might be able to find some. Alternatively, I'm interested in any legends you find about dragons, which I realize is a very strange thing.
Considering we're, for all intents and purposes, we're walking corpses, so dragons are kind of, I will have to go through what I have, and I will see what I can find. If I come across anything pertaining to dragons or the
kind that should not be named, I understand.
yes, I will let you know
Cool.
as quickly as possible, and definitely not in a way that will draw attention to us, because that would not be good. So
we should exchange phone numbers, and that would be a little bit easier than telling each other.
Of course. Emma pulls out a business card and hands it to you. Though, don't mind the name. This is just the phone number I use for interacting with the kind. So I figure it's probably more likely that if I'm gonna need a phone number to get burned, I'd rather it be that one. So,
darling, I am 213 years old. I don't understand how to use this thing, so I will trust you on whatever name you give me.
Perfectly fine. Just if you need to leave a message, just use the name on the card and just say that you found a book on dragons or something. So.
If I get confused, I will just hand it to Rafi, who seems to understand it better than I do.
Yeah.
Anyways, I know it's an odd request, and also, if you do come across anything, I would not expect you to hand it over to me for free. So whatever type of information you come across, we will negotiate the value of it when we understand what kind of information you have.
Sure. I mean, the tower, for all of its faults, not the tower, sorry, the pyramid, for all of its faults, it was useful for showing that sharing knowledge without boundaries has some value. So,
and literally have no interest in how vampires structure themselves.
No. Sorry, I'm talking about doing this whole tit for tat thing. Every single interaction is just tiresome, and if I find something that has value to you, you might find something that has value to me. So I'd rather just give you the stuff that I have.
I like to know where my debts stand.
Listen, I wouldn't worry too much about debts right now, so.
And you have the privilege of thinking that way. But I'm here to tell you that if we make a bargain, it will be paid in full, as soon as possible. I don't let things keep me here.
I'm not trying to keep you here, nor. I think you misunderstand me. I'm saying if I can help you, I will help you.
I completely understand that you mean to say that to me, and I will never believe you. But thank you.
Yeah. I mean, being mistrustful or non-trusting is a survival mechanism for sure. So I'm not gonna hold it against you, but tell you what, we'll cross the bridge of debts owed, paid when we get to that point, because I may only have a coloring book on dragons, and you're gonna be like, this is not helpful. I'm just gonna have to say, I figured, but no stone unturned. So
I don't know what your area of expertise is, but if I have anything I can reciprocate with, I have a particular interest in Constantinople.
I will keep my eyes open for that too then.
No, I just meant if you ended up with any questions, because sometimes
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I've been dabbling in a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now that I'm not beholden to the pyramid for every desire of what they want me to study, I've been looking into spirits lately. So it's fun. It's not really that fun.
Hang on to that not being beholden to the pyramid. And I have taken up too much of your time, so I am going to let you enjoy the rest of your evening.
You have a good evening, Nor. Emma's going to look back, and she starts heading towards the truck. Last ride into town if anybody needs it. Or I guess Nor's still here, so if you don't want to ride with Nor, you can ride with me.
Are you going into town?
Yeah, I'll head into town.
Perfect. Hop on in.
doing?
I was about to say, I will go to the car. I will take out a small pad filled with putty. I will make an impression of the key and put it back.
Okay. And so, Nor, Thea, and Emma leave. And I think that is where we are going to take our break.
we're still at the cabin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a cabin.
It's actually a house, so that's okay. It's quite a modern house, actually.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, that works. Welcome back, everybody. So just a quick recap. Both Nora and Emma have gone back to their havens. Thea has gone to Sudbury, so we'll catch up with you in a minute. And Hannah and Lilith are back at the house, and Lexi has also gone to town. We'll catch up with you as well. Hannah and Lilith, you go inside.
Yep. Gonna go inside and kind of do the look around.
So we walk in, and at first glance, you see this typical thing. Close inspection. It seems too sterile for that close into a warehouse catalog. For any of you that have had animals, nothing here really gives off that warm building feel. The main floor is rental and consists of a living room slash suite, kitchen, dining room, living room, hospital, and butler. There's an upstairs and downstairs.
You want to check the upstairs first, just to make sure there's no one just randomly hiding in here, so don't trust this place.
Yeah. It's a little too clean. And with that, I will rouse and shape change.
Okay.
I got a little bit hungrier,
Okay.
but in Hannah's place, there is now an extremely large coyote, just like shaking the fur out and stuff. And then I'm gonna pad upstairs to sniff around.
Okay. Lilith, do you go upstairs or downstairs?
I go up the stairs.
Okay. So both of you are going upstairs? Okay, so upstairs there are 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. One of the bathroom is an ensuite. Nothing really special about these rooms. Trying to remember, Hannah, what was your investigation roll for?
Oh, it was only like a 3.
Only a 3? Okay. Okay.
As we get to some of the bedrooms, Hannah's gonna jump up on the bed and do the dog, like, roll around on the beds and muss them up a little bit before hopping down.
Yeah, so nothing particularly special about these rooms. The beds were freshly made. Not too fresh, but no one's slept in them. There are chests at the end of each bed for personal belongings, anything like that. And that's pretty much it for upstairs. Do you want to go downstairs now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you go back down to the main floor and then down to the downstairs. Downstairs in the basement, there is an entertainment room, another washroom, and an office/library. Library shelves are empty, not really much to go on there, just a nice wind desk and some shelves. In the entertainment room, there's an area for a billiards setup with a scoreboard, chalk wall, and a large screen TV on the opposite wall. The washroom is sort of small, and that's all you really see there.
Has it been the same, like, kind of sterile, musty, not lived in smell like the whole time? Okay.
Yep, no one has been there that you're aware of.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue sniffing around.
Just sniffing around? Lilith, is there anything you would like to do?
Since she has gotten over the initial fear that someone might be in this location, I think she would have picked a room and would have gone to a room and pulled out one of the blood bags that she had and probably is feeding at the moment.
Okay. Having a snack?
Yeah.
All right.
And then in this excellent house, we had a rendition of Clue.
A billiard room. Okay, so we are going to go to Thea first. What do you do when you get to Sudbury?
I'm gonna wander around a bit. How many people are out on the streets at this time of night?
Midnight. Usually there'd be a few people going here and there. A couple of homeless people, probably.
Definitely a lot less than what she's
Than
used to.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
There's a few crowds here and there of people, like either coming home from bars or out. None of the bars are really like huge lineups kind of thing to get in. They're not really that hoity-toity, but a few crowds like that, but they're usually around bars.
Okay. Well, I'll make my way to a bar. Go in, see if I can figure out if anything's going on that sounds interesting to us.
Do you want to happenstance on the same bar that Lexi is going to go to?
Yeah.
Or a different bar?
I'm guessing it's probably going to be the same bar just because Thea's going to want a much more populated bar, so...
Yeah. The busiest one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll pause there and go to Lexi.
So Lexi walks into this establishment and goes to the bar, orders a drink, whiskey, and sort of turns his back to the bar and looks around, and he's trying to find someone that is watching rather than just sort of flailing around.
Okay, so there is a Kine probably near the end of the bar watching people.
I'll look over at them. What do I see?
Young male, probably long black hair. They're nursing a beer. Medium height, average weight.
I'll pick up my drink and head down to the end of the bar and sit next to him. Hello there.
Evening.
What's your name?
Mark.
Hey, Mark. I'm Christopher.
New around here, huh?
Oh, very. Just blew into town. trying to get a lay of the land, you know, times being what they are, it's hard to hold down a job, but I have been told before that I'm a fairly gifted mixologist. I perhaps might be interested in working in an establishment such as this. You wouldn't happen to be able to point me in the direction of the owner, would you?
He actually points to the bartender, a tall, brunette, busty, curvy female figure. Totally focused on just going. Order. Drink. Just flying, just like magic. If you weren't injured.
Lovely. And Mark, you say that's the owner. What's her name?
You know, don't actually know her real name. Everyone around here just calls her Waverly.
Waverly. That's a hell of a handle. Well, she looks fairly busy right now. And player to ST, when does Theo walk in?
Yeah.
You probably have a bit more time.
Okay.
Well, Mark, what can you tell me about Sudbury? What's the haps? What's going on around here? What's the word on the street?
Same old as any other place, really. Lately, we've had an influx of newcomers since, you know, money and the housing economy where it's at is shit down south, so.
Yeah, one of the things that pulled me up here was, you know, supposedly there's going to be opportunities for people to make a bit of extra scratch.
Oh, heck yeah. Lots of factories coming up, frickin' Copper Vale's hiring, and down in one of the other Vales. I don't know, man.
What is it you do, Mark?
I actually work at Copper Vale.
What exactly is Copper Vale?
It's one of the mining factories around here.
Mining? Oh, that sounds like dangerous work.
Not for me. I'm on the tech end.
What do you mean?
Well, someone's got to do paperwork and file where people are going where and stuff like that.
That's a shame. I really kind of like the idea of you coming out of a mine a little dirty with a little hat on with a little light on it. That just sounds delightful.
Well, I mean, that's my brother, but that ain't me.
But there is something to be said for those that are a bit more, and he looks them up and down, bookish.
You don't say.
Oh, I do say, Mark. I do say.
Are you just like layering on the seduction at this point?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet?
This is me just feeling him out, seeing how he responds.
Okay. Just wasn't sure where to go with it, that's all.
And I will look at the bartender and just kind of hold up a 2 and do this number. And
Waverly notices from corner of their eye and just one finger right back at you.
So Mark.
Probably about 5 minutes or so until you'll get that drink.
So Mark, what else is there to do in this town?
Oh, heck, I don't know. I'm so tired after work.
At this point, I'll lean forward and kind of put my hand on top of his and just be like, and kind of trace little small figure eights on the top of his hand. Surely someone like you knows all the fun spots.
I sure watch where people go.
Oh, you never go there yourself?
Haven't in a while.
Well, we must remedy that, dear boy.
Let me know when you're gonna.
I'm waiting for Thea to arrive.
Okay.
Yeah, this is as good a time as any for her to show up.
So Thea walks in. Do you notice Lexi right away, or?
He kind of stands out.
Yeah, so she probably does.
Do you approach Lexi, or do you want to do your own thing?
I'll come up to the bar, but not approach and interrupt.
Okay. Are you gonna order a drink, or
Yeah.
just kind of?
Order a Manhattan.
Okay. So, you kind of sneak in between the crowd that is just hovering around the bar. You order your Manhattan, and Waverly just nods. You'll probably get it in 5 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
Quick question, because I actually don't think we did this at the start of the episode. What is Thea, forgive me, what is she wearing, and what does she look like?
Oh, yes. She is. Since we were planning to be driving all or half the night, she will be wearing a black blouse with red polka dots and skinny black jeans with her hair pinned up. Longish brown hair pinned up in the back.
Okay. 5 minutes kind of go past. 2 drinks are slid down Lexi and Mark's way, and shortly after, Thea gets her Manhattan.
As I turn to receive my drink, I see Thea out the corner of my eye, and I just kind of give her one of these to come on join us. And I'll look back at Mark and I say, I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. And as soon as, if Thea getting up and joining us?
Yeah, I'll come over since you waved me over.
As soon as she gets close enough to hear, I'll say, this is my friend Charlotte. Charlotte, this is Mark. And I was just about to say to him, yeah, you know, Charlotte and Christopher, we're bosom buddies. We go way back, don't we, Charlotte?
Mark kind of takes hold up. Y'all married?
Oh no,
Oh,
no.
Okay. Not gonna be taken for a fool here.
No, not married, not at all. Mark here works for, what was it, Copper Vale? And he does the logistics for one of the local mines. And his brother is apparently one of the, what would you call him? A spelunker? I don't know. I don't know anything about mining.
Spelunker. Spelunker is diving, my friend.
I don't know what you'd call him. What would you call him?
I just call him a miner. I'm sure there's a more technological term for that.
And Mark here was just about to tell me about some of the more interesting spots in Sudbury.
Oh,
He says he
interesting's good.
He He says he watches people go to them, but he never goes himself. So
They're usually more quiet parties, you know, after parties and stuff. Few houses like that. Not
Did you
really my
say
thing anymore.
anymore? What changed?
I get youngin'.
Well, you're only as young as you feel.
I have a limit, dude.
See, words like limit and enough have never held much for me. Maybe that's why I do the job I do. I like to lubricate social interactions. And I'll look
Well,
towards...
there's a boat for everybody.
There is a boat for everybody, I suppose. So what exactly is your boat, Mark?
Well, wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know, darling.
Are you going seduction yet?
Yeah, now instead of the top of his hand, I'm going to kind of trace my fingers up and down his upper arm.
Okay. So, Mark is enticed. He goes on to scooch in a little closer to Lexi. How about you tell me what you're into?
Oh, what am I into? A good drink. Smell of a cigarette burning. Music playing in the background. The dim street lights coming through the slats in the window of a seedy hotel room.
A blush just all over Mark's face. Just, you can just see, like, the look.
Would you like to explore this particular boat with me, Mark?
It's been a long week. I think I just might.
Fantastic. Charlotte, you are welcome to join us, or you can find your own entertainment.
Look Mark over. I'll join you.
Fantastic. Waverly, a bottle, please.
A bottle. Now that's gotten Waverly's attention. And
I'll slap
she
200
sends
on
somebody
the
out.
bar. Yeah. And I will take Mark and Thea and get in the car and drive to a local motel.
Okay, and we will end that little thing there and go to Emma and Noor separately. Whoever wants to go first.
Emma pulls up to her bookstore around back and parks. She's gonna walk up to the back entrance to the store and let herself in. It's late, so she knows that the manager's not there, but she's going to check the little manager's office in the back room, where she can see if there's any messages for her from her retainer who manages the shop for her. So if not, it's fine. But she just has to check that first thing. So
If there's any notes, probably been calm. You haven't been gone that long, so.
All good. Since there's no urgent messages or anything, Emma's going to go over to the floor against one of the walls, and she's going to move a couple boxes out of the way, and she's going to pull up a section of the floor, and she's going to descend into her little area underneath the bookstore. Yeah.
Okay.
She's just going to check her wards and probably flip through some of her books while she kind of just contemplates things, but she doesn't have any plans to leave her haven for the rest of the night, so.
Okay. Noor?
Noor also probably would head back to her haven, their haven at least initially. There's not much night left, and Noor is a little bit leery about wandering around unguarded most places. But we are going to be looking for signs of lupine presence up here. So I was just wandering through my skills, figuring out if I had anything that might let me start searching for signs of lupine up here. Now, I understand that there aren't overt signs of lupine, because had any of those been present, those of us who lived up here would know about it.
Yeah. The most you know about lupine or wolfkind in general is that there's actually, in the local area, there are no wolves present. The closest area that have wolves in the wild south of that would be Killarney, and then like further north of Sudbury.
I think what Noor is looking for is anything that they can use to either start the investigation or to hand to the Baron and be like, okay, now fuck off. So, anything, would you want me to do like a wits and investigation to start that? Like, I'm not expecting like results, just, the start of this quest.
Yes, so how much exploring would you have done while being up there in the wild, like in the forested areas?
I don't know that I would have done a huge amount of forested exploring, but it is entirely possible that I had talked to more foresty people. My particular feeding style requires me to talk to people. So I think if I got started on it, I might start with some of the people I have fed on and move out from there.
Okay, let me just do a quick check here.
I don't really care if they actually tell me about lupine. If they suddenly told me about a mage, I'd be happy to hear about that too.
Let's go intelligence and occult.
Okay. I have both those things, I'm pretty certain. Yes, I do. Don't have a ton, but that's okay. One success.
One success?
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as lupine or mages, probably wouldn't have heard a whole lot on that kind of aspect. You may have heard just by being in Sudbury, you've got your haunted places. You have the Bell Mansion, you have the falling down hospital that was recently painted in rainbow. Apparently it's kind of haunted, but for the most part, you probably have just chalked it up to Kind telling stories.
Okay. She types in her phone because she doesn't have like a notebook or anything, and she's trying to figure out how to do this. And so Rafi gets a text message from her that's just all capital letters because she can't really. She's working on it. She's not exactly bad. She's just, there's a point where she gives up on trying to understand it. So once it got stuck on capitals, she's just like, there are bunches of haunted places, but I don't think that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to read a book now, and I'm going to bed. And if Rafi finds her, she will literally just like curl up in her haven, and she would probably be falling asleep over her book.
Okay. Back to Hannah and Lilith. Feeling mostly satisfied in your exploration of this new haven, what's the next thing that you wish to do?
I've been laying out like lazy dog style, like on the couch, because I probably would have smelt some fresh blood potentially from Lilith having a snack. And eventually I'll head back upstairs and start kind of doing another check around the outside of the house. Just sniffing about, like seeing where the perimeter of the house is and kind of just doing a once over.
Okay. So kilometer wise, what do you think radius around?
Does it have like a fence line or anything, or
Trees. It's like an area in a forested area that's been cleared out for this house.
I'll do like 150 feet into the trees and then just circle about.
Okay. In the immediate area, let's see. Roll wits and investigation, please.
Wow, my roll was exceptionally good.
Okay.
9 successes.
Wow.
From a pool of 5.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple things here. So, in your immediate area around the house, very calm, no smell of wolves or markings or even kindred for that matter. Kind, definitely. You can probably smell the lingering of the ghouls that were there from Baron, setting up the house, that kind of thing. The storage gear in the back would smell like them from building maintenance, stuff like that. Depending if you go much further, so how far around?
About 100 to 150 feet, like into the tree line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, probably see a few treaded paths. Not a whole lot. The immediate area is pretty safe.
Okay. Once I have sniffed around, I will head back to the house to find the Lilith.
Okay. Around this time, Lilith, you actually get a text from Bert, your coder member. He sends you a text that is like, "Have you found anything neat yet?" Wink face.
Lilith will respond with just a bunch of question marks and the confused face emojis. Like,
so he texts back and he's like, "I can't remember if you were there or not when Donovan was talking to his pals. Should probably take a look at the fridge. There might be something yummy there."
At that point, Lilith is gonna get off the bed she was sitting on and make her way to the kitchen, hopefully running into Hannah to let Hannah know what she was sent.
when Hannah finds Lilith again, she'll actually like come out of her coyote form. There wasn't anything strange out in the yard or anything like that. I didn't catch any scent of wolves, so I think it's pretty clear around here at least.
I just received a text. Maybe we should check the fridge. Don't know what's in there, but I was told that there should be yummy snacks in there. Apparently, I don't know.
We'll do the very like cautious like something's gonna jump out at me kind of thing. So I'll open the fridge. What's in the fridge?
Actually empty. They're not entirely empty, but like of real food. There's like maybe some mustard and pickles in the side.
Well,
I mean, I don't know about you. I can't eat anything.
I can't either. I don't. So Lilith will pull out her phone and then just send more question marks, and then at this point, very like mad face emojis. It's like,
like, what are you doing, trolling me?
The ragey, angry red face.
Yeah. So Bert texts back like a red dot, like just like the red circle, and then says, look for the button.
So I don't know if Hannah is able to see my phone, but I will just show her the message.
Who puts a button in a fridge? And like she'll kind of lean over and take a peek into the fridge and see if there's a button.
At the far back of the fridge, there is a button, very small red button.
If we grab
push
like
the button.
I'll push the button.
So
I was gonna do it in a safe way, but okay.
The back just kind of swings open. So like you hear like a clicking kind of noise because fridges you couldn't just like push it open. It kind of slides back a little bit, and underneath where like you have your veggies and your milk and stuff, well for Canadians because we have bagged milk, there is a stash of bagged blood for Lilith.
Oh hey. I mean, I'm more of a fresh variety, but I guess that's for you. Cool.
She's gonna pull out her phone and text back and just send like 1 million until her phone doesn't let her send them anymore. Just all of the happy emojis and just.
Bert he sends back a laughing face and then says, you should, if you haven't yet, you should also explore a little bit more the billiard room and play a game or two.
Noted. And then she'll put her phone back in her pocket and then turn to Hannah and be like, you want to go to the billiard room and play some games? Seems like we're the only two here, and
I guess I'm not a great shot at billiards, but sure.
You don't have to be great at the game. It's all about fun. I'm not good at it either, so it'll be a good laugh between the two of us.
All right. Sounds good. So we'll head downstairs and start playing billiards.
I would like you to roll another wits and investigation, please.
Only 2 this time. I used all of my luck.
Maybe an adventure for another night. Yeah, I think that's an adventure for another night. Lilith, you got 1.
You know, better than 0. It's better than 0.
Better than 0. Okay. Is there anything you two would like to do before we move on? No? Okay. Daya and Lexi. Now that you, Lexi, at least have officially eaten, Daya, did you participate as well?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So yeah, I got Mark fairly. I mean, most of that bottle of whiskey went into Mark. So once I take just a single hunger from Mark.
Okay.
And so if you wish to feed from him before he starts drinking or after, that will have mechanical effects. But then, we'll leave him sleeping off his tryst and get back in the car, and I will get in the driver's seat and say, well, that was fun. Not nearly as informative as I wanted it to be, but such is life. So,
It's a start.
it is a start. That seemed to be, from what the telephone tells me, the most happening night spot in Sudbury. The owner's name is Waverly. That's something. Gonna have to work on her. See what sort of information we can garner. So do you want me to take you back to the group home? I don't know what the hell it is. It was rather large and fairly opulent. I don't know if that's precisely your bag, but
Well,
needs will out.
it's hopefully a safe spot here, so it'll do for the night at least, or for the day at least.
Well, if you need a place to stay, I have several places that you can find refuge in. But in the meantime, yes, let us go there. I'm sure that there's several others still lingering about there.
You probably have about 2 hours left.
Yes. And I will drive. You said it was about 50 minutes from outside of Sudbury proper.
Yeah, 15, 20, yeah.
So I'll drive out there, and once again, he's kind of doing this number a little bit on the road, but he's generally between the lines. I really need to get a driver. This is intolerable. That was fun. He was a little bland. Too much red meat. Need to get these people on a better diet. Maybe some fruits, mix in a vegetable every now and again. And you played your part beautifully, darling.
Thank you. It was different, but
Well, how do you usually hunt?
well, similarly, but not normally with another kindred.
Oh, so that was your first time, or?
I have had a few nights like that just after my embrace with my sire there, but
never with somebody else.
no.
I hope you enjoyed it. It is no secret that I was the Baron's procurement specialist. Finding him suitable stock was my raison d'etre, and
Sam may not have known that. Because they
still-
was
it-
still.
yeah, it's still no secret. And so, whatever mood struck the Baron is what I provide for. And hopefully, round about this time, we're getting close to the. So I'll put the vehicle in park, disembark, and as we walk towards the house, I will just say, but anytime you need help, just say the word. If we're going to try and make a go for it out here, well, kindred are social animals after all.
That's true. I haven't had issues in the past, but if I do need help.
I wonder if you just want some company, darling.
Okay.
To be 100% truthful, I am often at the fringes of this particular sect due to my particular parentage. And as I'm sure you're aware, one of my clan thrives on social interaction. The reason I am not in other organizations is because their type of social interaction is not exactly one I enjoy in any way, shape, or form.
You do have parked in the driveway, and Lexi is still talking.
But I digress. If we linger too much longer, they're going to think I've got you under my, wrapped around my finger, or whatever the parlance is. Shall we, my dear?
Let's.
And Alexia will disembark, open up Tea's door for her, offer her his arm.
I'll take his arm.
And I will walk towards the front of the house and then knock on the door.
Lilith and Hannah, what do you do?
Hannah, I guess, will just take the stairs up real quick, like 2 at a time, and then go to the door. Actually, it's probably, yeah. Hannah will go to the door.
Are you wary at all, or do you just suspect it's there coming home?
I am slightly wary, but not enough to be like,
Yeah.
crack the door sort of thing. So yeah, I'll like open it slightly.
Hello.
You live here. Why you knock?
I do not live here. May we come in?
I don't know, can you?
Manners dictate that we be invited in, darling.
Come in.
Why, thank you. And I will open the door and make way in the threshold for Thea.
I make my way in.
And I will follow.
And did you do any or discover anything while you were here?
Nothing too much. The area is pretty clear. There weren't any scent of wolves around. About 150 feet into the tree line, it was pretty clear. There's billiard stuff downstairs, beds, pretty standard. It's very clean smelling. It's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, you must give the Baron his due. At least this place is better decorated than his office back in Sissago was.
I mean, not everyone cares about matching furniture.
Well, but if we're going to be here for a while, one must enjoy the environs in which they find themselves.
To each their own, I guess.
Forgive me, I don't know. I try in these nights to not pry too much, but I'm curious to know, what clan are you, Hannah?
I mean, it's... I guess some people aren't used to seeing us and picking us out. I'm gangrel. I mean, I thought I mentioned that I turned into a coyote.
Not to me, not as far as I can remember, but I have had a lot to drink in the past few nights. What about you, Tia? Not at all, it's quite delightful. What about you, Tia?
I'm a bruja.
Oh, delightful. Didn't we leave Lilith here as well?
Oh yeah, she's downstairs, and Hannah's been kind of guiding them, like, towards the entrance to the basement.
Oh, what in the... Okay, colored me curious. What is this? Is this a secret door?
It's the basement.
Well, you took us to the door through the... Oh, never mind.
It's just the
I thought
basement.
you-
To the door
I
to
thought
the
you-
basement.
I thought you were taking us to the secret door.
No, I'm not taking you to the secret fridge door that is literally in the fridge.
Okay, but it would be pretty hilarious to have a secret fridge door.
Well, I mean, if...
Giant walk-in
Yeah.
fridge.
Lexi, let me fit you in the secret fridge door, and you'll be
Oh.
Lilith's snack later.
Lilith probably would have closed it after.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we're all on the same page, I apologize for that. I was really wanting to see the secret door.
Oh.
A little bit of wish fulfillment.
Well, you're all going down to the basement then, right? While Hannah was letting in Lexi and Lilith, were you just waiting?
She was probably, while Hannah was gone, since they were playing billiards, she was probably like just hitting her balls in before Hannah came back. Like, I won.
All right, so we are all together now.
Thea, Hannah, Lilith, and Lexi. Yes.
Madam
Hannah.
Lilith,
Sorry, Hannah, you are not staying here, right? Or are you staying? Okay. So both Hannah and Lexi have havens elsewhere. Do you wish to socialize a little bit more?
I do.
Okay.
Madam Lilith.
I will actually be like, well, peace out. I'm gonna actually leave a little bit early and kind of scope out to see if there's anything new that I haven't noticed as I'm like heading back to like my little basement apartment.
Yeah. Quick question, Hannah. Would you have come to Isilda a lot? Like the space between Isilda and Sudbury? Do you think you would have, or do you think it would have just been mostly Sudbury area?
I probably would have adventured around and known the area decently well.
Okay.
And been
So
between.
are you planning on your way back to, are you going to investigate try a little bit more thoroughly rather than just like going through kind of, or?
I will I'll rouse again and shape change again before I leave.
Okay.
And do the whole pupper stealth kind of thing. Oh, I got hungrier again. I'll probably stop somewhere and feed on the way home too.
Okay.
So
Are you
I
going
will try and do like a somewhat thorough investigation, cut maybe into a campground or something, feed, and then make my way.
Okay. Okay. Let's do. Yeah, let's do wits and investigation one more time on your way home. Well, okay. So
I'm hungry.
yeah, on your way through, on your way home, it's a calm night. You stop, you feed, and you head back home to your haven. Is there anything in particular you do when you get to your haven before the night ends?
I will just pretty much go, I will pretty much just get home and go to bed.
Okay. And then we go back to Thea, Lilith, and Lexi.
Madam Lilith, how are you finding our benefactor's accommodations?
I find it very. How do I put this correctly? It kind of unnerves me how clean it is.
Well, knowing the Baron, as we all do, I'm fairly certain once he gets here it will become very dirty very quickly. Ladies, my blood thickens and slows. Unfortunately, the sun is coming. I must bid you both adieu. I hope the day treats you well, and we see each other again on the eve.
Because parting is such sweet sorrow.
Adieu. And Lexi will head out, get into his car, and attempt to drive home.
Okay. Thea and Lilith, do you go and pick out your bedrooms?
Yes. Between the sun's approach and how drunk Mark had gotten, Thea is definitely wanting to sleep.
Lilith will, while Thea's going to look for a room, she'll go back to the kitchen and push the button. And the blood bags that she had brought with her, she'll place them in the little secret room and then leave and then go to her bedroom that she had picked up for herself.
Okay. And with that, the night is coming to an end. The sun starts to rise, and you all fall asleep. that is where we end our session for this evening. And I just want to thank all of you for this first session. I was so nervous, so completely nervous. For those of you watching, I am a first-time storyteller for streaming, and for a full session like this, I have done a couple in the past, but it was a quick start and not my own campaign. So, bit of a nerve shake for me. Yeah, I want to thank Spectra for posting this on Archives. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. And I want to thank Rain and Raven and Kyote and Lanhi and Mickey for being amazing players tonight. Thank you. You carried it. Like, you just took it and went with it. So that was really awesome. Thank you. Spectra, if you want to do your...
Oh, so absolutely. In general, if you may or may not know, I am the showrunner for Deep Magic, which is the other show that airs on this channel. It will have been yesterday when you see this, so it'll be Friday of the next week where we do our season 3 premiere. We had a lovely flashback episode. I love my players over there. They have carried me through a lot. Appreciate them. So we also do Changeling. I love Corey. Corey has done a lot of one-shots with us, so I'm very excited to support her in her foray into storytelling. As with all things, she's amazing, and she will only get better with time. So, as always, if anyone else has anything they want to promote before we sign off, this would be a great time to do it. We definitely support people supporting us. Our players' projects matter to me. Hopefully they matter to you, the audience. You can also support all of us by following us here on Twitch, subscribing to us here on Twitch, following us on YouTube, liking us on YouTube, following the show's Twitter channel, which is Arc of the Dragon. The YouTube channel is Archives of the Dragon, just like this. And yeah, that's all I got.
Are you okay with a little cross promotion? Are you okay with a little cross promotion?
Yeah.
Cool. We are currently in between season 2 and season 3 of Windy City After Dark over on McStabber Studios. I just joined the cast of that over there as Samuel Grant, the Bruja troublemaker come to Chicago. Really, he's a teddy bear, I swear. That should be coming back at the beginning of June. I think the premiere date for season 3 is the 6th of June.
I'm just here to say that I got my start streaming with McStabber too, so they do a lot of great shows. They also hosted my very first storytelling one-shot for stream too. It was Changeling, not Vampire, but we have been friends for a while now, so they do good stuff.
We love the McStabber community.
You can find me on Twitter at _IvyRaven. That's where I typically will post what I'm doing and where I can be found.
And Hannah. You're muted.
I'm muted. It reminded me right as I started talking. My Twitter is at Coyote Lewis. I don't really tweet all of that much. More things about social awareness and things like that, or archival stuff. But I also do have a Twitch channel at Coyote Lewis where I play games occasionally. I haven't streamed in 2 months, but I play games occasionally.
Lexi.
On Twitter, I am at MickeyBear327. On Twitch, I am Mickey Bear, and you can find me in the McStabber Studios Discord as Mickey Bear. And yeah, that's my socials.
I, as always, am your local Chaos Breaker Spectre on the Fed. Means Ghost to the Party if you're trying to figure out how to parse that. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet by that name. My name's also Michelle, but everybody calls me Spectre, so you are not doing it wrong either way.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at Rotia1. That's ROHTIA1. I also have an Etsy shop where I do knit and crochet geeky accessories. Fairy Palace Creations.
We love a crafty week.
And you can find me on Twitch as Lonhe. I'm very new to streaming, so.
Hey, we all start somewhere, and Core, take us home.
Yes. So I am on Conscious Celestial on Twitch, TikTok, and on Twitter. I am on con_celestial. You probably could just find me by putting in a Conscious Celestial. But I also have a Tumblr too. Not really that important, but I do stream playing video games on Twitch as well. But like yet, I haven't done it in a while either. I did just want to add. I wanted to shout out to my youngest sister for providing us with awesome music for the stream.
And if you're confused about any of those links, they should be in the chat as we're talking about them right now. So go press on them, go follow people, go follow on Twitch, go follow on Twitter, do all the things, or I will come and find you in your sleep. That's how this works. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next time.